What is this? And what is this? And what is this? This is outrageous. One, my beacons have been stacked on top of each other, which I'm actually fine with. That's actually kind of impressive. Two, my base has got a lot of honey in it, which I don't actually know who this was. But this has crossed the line. Someone has stolen the Gel Deluxe. I don't mean they bought it, they've stolen it. This is major criminal activity. Gel Deluxe is the most powerful item in the shopping district. I must do something about this. But I don't know who stole it, so I guess I can't. Yowie's base has changed a bit. I like it. Well, my base looks pretty epic in the distance though. Look at this. And then there's this Among Us doing some serious beacon lifting. Anyway, you may have noticed that I still haven't made this bit of the base yet, despite the fact that the rest of the quadrants are all done in that aspect. Well, I'm gonna do that, but first I need to do something about this. All of the sheep, along with Bob and the other animals in there, will need to be relocated. Now the question is, where to? Well, considering the basic put them there, I think I know the prime location. This is gonna be a bad idea. Oh, gosh. Oh dear. It's Bob. Hey Bob, how's it going? Hey man, what are you doing? Yes, ow. For goodness sake, Bob. Oh dear. I mean, this is honestly glorious though. Look at this. Okay, I guess we've got some cows coming along too. Also, if my voice sounds a little bit different, that is because I've got braces on. Don't judge me. Okay, sheep, tell you what. I'm gonna lead some of you in, and then lead in the rest of you later. 2. I got 2. You've literally got to walk through a door. Literally, step 1 pixel to the right. Come on, sheep, you can do it. You know what? You know what, sheep? You know what? I'm gonna... Oh. Oops. No. Well, I accidentally just beat a sheep to death with a shovel. Whoopsies. You know what? I actually got a reasonable amount of those. There's actually not too many just randomly wandering around. Okay, now I can actually build the other thing. Ah, much better. Now that's done, and I must say it feels pretty good to look over the base and see a completed circle. Also, I have news, and this might not actually be the case, but I'm pretty sure it is. The duping method that we were using has been patched, which I'm actually quite happy about. I've wanted it to be patched for ages, nearly ever since I found out about it. My mind just kind of went, well, I can do this, I should make the most of this. It does mean that I can't easily restock the fireworks shop, so it concerns me that people are stealing my fireworks. Oh yeah, remember how I was telling you all about the Spaghetti Brothers in the last episode of Strangecraft? Well, this is the Spaghetti Factory. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but there's a factory in here. I think it's under construction still. And I moved Bob in here because Pixel and Ryan seem to want him as a friend. Anyway, he doesn't seem to like visitors. Every time I go in, he seems to want to bite my toes, and that's... I don't really appreciate that. But I'm going to do Pixel a favor. He asked me if I could make one of these buildings down here. He's got all these buildings. It's like an underground village or alley or city, and he asked me if I could make one of them. I just talked to him a little bit about what he wants.
You see this cave, right?
Yep.
You can remove this, push it back a bit, and just do whatever you want with that area.
Oh, okay, nice. Do you want me to work around the tree or like go behind the tree?
Just go crazy. Just go crazy.
Just do whatever I want?
Do whatever you want.
Do you want it to connect to the bank?
It doesn't have to. I'm removing the bank.
Oh, okay.
The bank is going somewhere.
Okay then, so I have pretty much free reign over this section over here, so I guess let's get to building. I'm not completely sure what I'm going to make yet. Well, you probably saw from the time lapse, but here is the building over here. And guess what? The whole time lapse actually recorded properly. This hasn't happened in a really sad amount of time. What is this farm? I don't know what this does and I'm confused. I mean, I imagine it does something, but I'm not willing to flick this. At first I thought it was a lava farm, but it can't be because there's one over here. Oh wait, those aren't cauldrons, those are hoppers. Right, that makes much more sense. It's a delivery system. Oh, it's a basalt farm. Okay, right, I understand now. Anyway, here it is. It's a library. Not a very big library. It has 2 whole bookshelves in it, but I didn't have too many bookshelves, so that's the amount I used. But yeah. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think I've ever built anything like this before, so I'm somewhat proud of myself. It's probably not my best work, but it looks fine. It's meant to be a sort of old-ish design, like I don't know, something you'd see in like the real old temples, you know what I mean? Like it seems like sort of like ancient Greek or Roman architecture. Minus the creepers, I imagine they wouldn't have had those. Anyway, I hope he likes it. I put like maybe 2 hours of effort into it, so yeah, I worked somewhat hard. Now let's turn my attention over to my base. I need to do more of it, but without duplication, that could be difficult. I think Pixel, my base is still filled with honey. I think Pixel actually gave me some deep slate. Yes, there we go. Now, my base is very big, and many of you might be wondering what goes in the next grass/stone section, because almost the entire thing now is like deep slate and blackstone and stuff, and the rest of it is just grass and stone. And I think this place would feel very different if it didn't look like that. If you're wondering what the next bit is though, it's the stage in these bits that like goes up. It's like these are the seats, you look down, the stage is in front of you, and there's going to be 8 of those. Similar to that one, only less huge. I could actually start work on this very soon. I've even... These stairs actually mark out the bottom of it. And then you might be wondering, what happens after I've built that? Well then things get interesting. Because then I have to build this big circle in the middle, upwards. Now that bit actually hopefully will not be too difficult because it's largely deep slate. Anything made out of blackstone is my main concern right now. But yes, before the series comes to an end, I would love to finish this base, as this is the biggest survival mode project I've ever worked on. So in the next episode, I'm gonna build the stage around like this whole circle. There's like 4 big stages separated into 8 stages by like a little wall. And they're all gonna have slightly different themes. I'm not gonna do the themes because they won't have walls yet. Like they'll have like 1 wall each, 1 or 2 walls each. But I'm actually quite excited for this because entering a new zone of this base is quite nice to do. I like designing the first quarter of like the new bit because it's the first time I'm making it. After that, it feels repetitive and annoying. Circle, says this sign. Not quite sure what that means. But anyway, stay tuned for next episode. Things are gonna get very productive.